Hi, everyone. My name is Rebecca Merrill, and I work at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine in New York City. In an effort to keep in touch with my coworkers while the cathedral is temporarily closed, I've been calling up some people I work with to see how they are faring. Today, I am talking with my three colleagues from Cathedral Community Cares, our social services arm, and they are still running their Sunday soup kitchen on the grounds of the cathedral, despite the fact that the cathedral is closed. So I'm talking today to Thomas Perry, who's the manager of CCC, Robert Finn, who's the food manager, and Vanessa Greco, who manages the outreach and volunteers. Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Okay, so Thomas, can you tell me a little bit about where you're working from right now, how you got involved in CCC, just how you're doing in general, what's going on?
Well, right now I'm working from home. I don't know. I don't understand how I got. It's hard.
Yeah.
Very boring, to be honest. And just pulling my hair out, trying to keep busy. You know.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been working at CCC? How long have you been the manager?
I've been with CCC for 14 years.
Wow. And how did you get involved?
I got involved through George McLeod. They used to run the soup kitchen, was looking for volunteers, and he asked me to come in to help him. And that was the beginning of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
So what does your job look like when the cathedral is open, and how has that changed since the cathedral has closed temporarily?
It's a couple of things. We have an outreach program. We have a clothing closet. We have an emergency pantry. All of that right now is closed. So we're just basically trying to figure out how to do this on a Sunday. While giving out bag lunches too.
So you're still giving out, normally you, when the cathedral's open, you would do 2 meals inside on a Sunday morning, but now you're just doing 1 meal that's a bagged meal outside. Is that right? Do I have that right?
We normally do breakfast and lunch and a bag lunch to go. Yeah, and right now we're just doing 2 sandwiches to go.
About how many people do you think you're seeing on Sundays?
Robert's been making sandwiches. About Robert, how many? 300.
I can't hear you. What you said?
It's about 300 bag lunches.
No, 360.
Okay.
Wow. So that's a good transition to Robert, who is the food manager. Robert, how long have you been with CCC, and what is your job?
I'm the food manager for Cathedral Community Cares. I've been there for almost 4 years, and I deal with the food in the soup kitchen and serving the people.
What sort of stuff do you make when you have a full regular Sunday? What sort of stuff do you like making?
Well, usually we do the breakfast. That's like a egg Western style of eggs. That's eggs, mushrooms, spinach, and what's that, green pepper and tomato, because we don't serve vegetables, so we put it in the eggs. We have hash browns. We have coffee juice, water, and we have grits for breakfast. Then for lunch, we usually do a combination of things. Sometimes we do chicken. We got sometimes we do steak. That's once in a while. But we usually do chicken, hamburgers, hot dogs. You got
fish.
Fish, meatloaf. And we do vegetarian patties because some people don't eat meat. And juice and water and coffee is the same.
Nice. And Thomas mentioned now you're doing sandwiches every week. On Sundays, you're doing sandwiches now, Robert?
Yes, we do. Yes, we just doing sandwiches, and we try to make it as healthy as we can. So we try to load it up with fruits. We put a granola bar and a graham cracker, and we do 2 sandwiches: peanut butter and jelly, chicken, salad, or even tuna.
Nice. And Vanessa, you manage the volunteers and the outreach for CCC. Are you still having volunteers come in on Sundays, and how is that working?
Well, the only volunteers that are coming in on Sunday are those from New York Cares. Myself, and there are 1 or 2 people that have been coming to the soup kitchen ever since I started volunteering in it. So they've been pretty loyal as well. But for the most part, the pass bag lunches, we've been solely staffed by New York Cares.
And what does that look like? Because you have to, do all of the physical distancing and all of that kind of stuff. So it must be
We
hard.
have, Thomas gave 2 weeks ago a really good floor plan. And then this Sunday, we had a couple of people that were there that not quite hesitant, but wanted to make sure that we really kept the space. So we put 1 volunteer per table. So 1 volunteer was responsible for to make 35 lunch bags, their complete setup. So they had their own assembly line. So we had 6 of those tables. Then we had a separate table for bread, separate table for milk, separate table for sandwiches. And then after they put all of their things in an assembly line and we had enough of sandwiches made, we said, okay, table number 1, go get your sandwiches. Nobody else was near the sandwich table. So we really, and it really went, I think, better than the other weeks. It was very military-like. It was extremely coordinated. And with that being said, I think we were in and out in record time to make sure that we adhered to the rules of the church to get in and leave. So it actually was a lot smoother than what you would think, with the exception of the rain.
Oh, yeah. That's so hard when you're outside.
Well, we did put up a tent, so nobody got wet. The volunteers didn't get wet. They had a tent outside.
Oh, nice. Must be a lot of thinking on your feet every week. I'm sure every week that's a new challenge.
It seems like every week the numbers is increasing because we're getting more and more people every Sunday.
Yeah, I had just given a list to Thomas that there are backup places all over the Upper West Side and even downtown. And if I have a list of 20 people here, there's 3 of them are open.
Wow.
So we're really, it seems to me that between us and Coalition for the Homeless, it seems to be that we're the only people feeding on a consistent basis. They're feeding 7 days a week, and we're feeding every Sunday. So I honestly, after going through all of this stuff, I think, well, the numbers obviously are going to keep going up and up. But I think that's one of the main reasons why we had gotten hit so hard.
And so what, for somebody like me who is basically homebound and not doing too much right now and wants to help, what do you need from people to help make sure that you can continue the Sunday Soup Kitchen and doing this going forward?
To Thomas, that question?
I mean, all of us.
Well, you start.
I mean, we have a list of items that we need. We could always use additional funding. Right. Aluminum foil, cups, gloves.
Hand sanitizer, definitely.
Masks.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Masks, because we make volunteers wear it on Sunday. So yeah.
I'm trying right now. I hooked up with one of my designer friends, started a mask making project in Brooklyn. And she is prepping and sending to us at the Cathedral homemade masks that we could wear, wash, and reuse, which is going to be a big plus because anything that we get in, we'll just push right off to the volunteers.
Yeah.
But for right now, I think funding is more than anything because each week the needs are changing. Every week something's changing. Whether a price is going up, a price is going down. I think this week we're going to try to change it. We just don't want to just say, here's 2 sandwiches, here's a piece of fruit and go. We're really trying to put some thought in this because they need to know, mostly because what Community Cares does is we care. That's the basis of it. So Thomas's idea is to try to switch it up as best as we can. So this way they know we're not just giving them the same old stuff. So this week we're trying to get in dishes with lids so we could give them some fruit cocktail, which they really enjoy. And then we could save money on the apples and the oranges and the bananas because those prices are starting to go up because they're in demand. So if we have the fruit salad, we could just give that, which is what they love, give it a change, save a little bit of money, and then take that money and put it into surplus because Robert and Thomas can answer this better than I, but I really think that before this, we were bleeding. Even when we were doing the regular Sunday kitchen, we were bleeding, looking for this, that, and the other thing. And a couple of people really came in and stood up and started really giving funding towards us. At this point now, it feels like we're almost hemorrhaging. That's why the money is so crucial. And it's not going into a place, and it's not going to go out into space where we're not going to see it. Where you guys are going to get it, it's going to go to Thomas and Robert. Together they're going to allocate what we're going to get, where it's going to go, and then I'll put it into fruition and get it moving downstairs.
Yeah, so I can post, you can donate to CCC at stjohndivine.org. I'll post the website and also include contact information if somebody does, Vanessa, like you were mentioning, and Thomas too, that because the needs change every week, money is usually the best way to donate, and because you guys can buy in bulk and buy different things and have different sources, so that money can go longer. But if somebody does have something on hand, like gloves or masks or something like that, I'll post an email address that people can email to see if they have something that you might need and the best ways to get it to you.
Yeah, for right now, because of my email issue, make sure Thomas gets the emails. Make sure they all get directed to him. And then this way he'll spread it out, as I call it, the triangle. Thomas is always on the top. Robert and I are down here. And then he'll just spread it out to who can do what. That
sounds perfect. All right, is there anything else you want to say before I end this? I really appreciate you taking the time.
No worries. I'm bored. I'm bored. I finally have a job I like and I want to go to, and I can't get there. So I'm bored, but we are getting there. We are going. So don't think that the Community Cares is not working. Thomas is doing the big major bulk, and then Robert's going in and he's doing all the deliveries and the coordinating. I'm going in once a week. I'm handling all of the phone calls, which are a lot. We're really getting hit with a lot of phone calls. And if there's any donations that do come in, we're setting them up. And I've been dropping off donations as well because people in my town have been really nice and rescuing food for me that I can bring in. And I leave upstairs, and Robert's a big guy, and Robert brings it downstairs.
That's teamwork. That's teamwork right there.
Muscles.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. It was nice to see your faces. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks, so
thanks, Rebecca.
God bless. Hopefully this will all be over soon, and we can all get back to normal, because this is just craziness.
Yes, indeed. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Stay safe, guys.
Bye.